I should have known that love built on lies would collapse eventually, but sometimes hope makes you deaf and blind. For 5 years, Bradley was my world. We met by accident, or maybe fate, a spilled coffee, a rushed apology, and then long golden afternoons spent talking about dreams, goals, our version of forever. He slept over twice a week, sometimes 3. He knew where I kept the spare key. He bought groceries, he called me baby, and whispered about our future. Funny enough, I had never been to his house. Apparently, his landlord didn't allow visitors. I begged him to move in with me, but he declined. I thought we were building something real. I didn't know I was standing on someone else's foundation. It was early, barely past dawn, when the knock came. Bradley had just left for work, his kiss still warm on my cheek. I smiled, thinking he forgot something, and came back. I rushed to the door. It wasn't Bradley. It was a woman. 2 toddlers clung to her legs. Her face was a horrifying canvas of bruises, swelling, and sorrow. "I'm Bradley's wife," she said. "I spent the night in A&E because of the abuse he inflicted on me." The world tilted sideways. My world. I refused to believe her. At first, I laughed. Awkward, disbelieving. I told her she must be mistaken. She didn't flinch. She showed me a photo, a family portrait, Bradley, the woman, the children, all beaming at a beach somewhere. Photoshop, I thought. Desperation. Then she played videos, home movies, Bradley laughing as he lifted a child onto his shoulders, Bradley kissing the woman's temple. No denying it. No room left to pretend. I staggered back and let her in. We sat across from each other, silence thicker than cement. I told her the truth. I didn't know. I never knew. She replied, "Of course you didn't. How could you? He's the master of deception. But I knew about you. I've known for years." She explained that whenever Bradley wanted to come see me, he would start an argument with her, beat her up, then leave. She never dared ask where he went because the last time she did, it didn't go so well. But she followed him and knew where he was going. Still, she never confronted him about me because he would beat the heck out of her. That's something I struggled to believe. We'd been together 5 years, and he had never put his hands on me. Strange. Very strange. She must be making it up, or maybe I was the exception. If you're liking this life story so far, please consider giving it a thumbs up or subscribing. Maybe share with a friend or 2, and please let us know where you're listening from. Let's continue. She looked at me with a sadness so deep it felt bottomless. "You're not the side chick anymore," she said. "You're the main course." Her voice was eerily calm. I asked why she waited so long to confront me. She shrugged. Then she said, "I've been planning my way out for a while, and the time has come. Everything is finally in place. I'm leaving the country today, taking the kids, starting over." She told me she had sold their house, the one her mother gave her. She packed Bradley's things into trash bags and left them on the porch. When he gets home, he'll find the divorce papers waiting too. "He's your problem now," she said with a bitter smile, kissed her kids' heads, turned, and left. I stood frozen, heart ricocheting around my chest. Later that evening, Bradley showed up with his belongings stuffed into garbage bags, just like she said. "You always wanted us to live together, baby," he said. "Here I am." And I let him in. I loved him. Or maybe I loved who I thought he was. He showered me with affection, promises, grand plans. Within months, we got married, a simple courthouse wedding. No guests, no fuss. I wore white. He wore lies. Then things started to shift. It started small. Sharp words, silent treatments, a hand gripping my wrist a little too hard during an argument. I excused it. Stress, adjustment, growing pains. Love requires patience, doesn't it? Then came the bigger things. A shove, a slap, a fist through the wall inches from my face. He shoved me down the stairs while I was 4.5 months pregnant. I fractured 2 fingers trying to cling to the banister. I hemorrhaged for 4 days. I lost my unborn child and almost lost my life. I became an expert at makeup tricks, how to conceal bruises, how to paste on a smile so convincing even I almost believed it. One night, during an argument over nothing, literally nothing, Bradley tried to shove me out of the moving car on the highway. That's when fear bloomed inside me. Real fear, primal fear. I thought about leaving 1,000 times, but the girl who opened the door to his battered wife years ago, she was gone. I was ashamed, broken, and maybe, somewhere deep down, I still loved him. I stayed until fate intervened. Bradley's right side collapsed first. Then his speech slurred. By the time the ambulance came, he was a wreck, half the man he once was physically, but every bit the tyrant emotionally. He couldn't walk, couldn't dress himself, couldn't feed himself. And I, faithful, stupid, loyal me, became his caretaker. But even paralysis didn't soften him. He berated me for moving too slow. He insulted my cooking. He screamed when I didn't anticipate his needs fast enough. I lived in a nightmare, his prison and mine, until the day the tables finally turned. It was raining, heavy, endless rain, when it happened. I had spent the whole morning getting him dressed, cleaning up after him, feeding him. When I accidentally spilled water on his lap, he lost control. With his good hand, he threw the cup at me. It hit my temple, hard. He cursed me, words so vile they seared into my bones. Something inside me snapped. Years of bottled-up fear, rage, and humiliation exploded out of me. I hit him, I slapped, kicked, punched. I don't remember how long it lasted. I just remember him lying on the floor, whimpering. When I finally stopped, I was panting, sobbing, shaking. I called the police and turned myself in. At the hospital, Bradley told the police he had been attacked by intruders. He protected me, maybe out of guilt, maybe out of the last shreds of whatever love he had for me or whatever possession. I was stunned. Later, as he lay in the hospital bed, he took my hand. He looked so small, so powerless. He whispered, "Now I know what it feels like wanting to be helpless, to be trapped." Tears leaked from his eyes. He confessed everything, how he beat his first wife because he couldn't control his temper, how he resented anyone who dared to leave him, how he believed love meant ownership. I already knew. But hearing it from his lips twisted the knife. I didn't say anything. I just sat there, holding his hand until the machines beeped him into a drugged sleep. Then I walked away. I never went back. I moved into a small apartment across town. Quiet, modest, safe. I went to therapy. I started volunteering at a shelter for women who had been where I was. Slowly, piece by piece, I built myself again. Bradley remained in his own private hell, disabled, alone, haunted by the demons he created. I didn't wish him well. I didn't wish him harm. I just didn't wish him anything at all anymore. I had finally set myself free. Sometimes the people we love the most are the ones who hurt us the deepest. And sometimes the hardest, bravest thing you can do is walk away. Not because you're weak, but because you are finally strong enough to choose yourself. Pain can shatter you. I have learnt the hard way. I stayed in that situation longer than I should have because I believed things would change. They did, but for the worst. Don't make the same mistake. You are stronger than you think. Don't ever forget that. Share this story to help stop violence against women and girls. You might inspire someone.